So if you found this channel for the first time and you're watching this video and you see that I'm working in 2-rail O scale and you think to yourself, I shouldn't watch this video, he's working in O scale. Well, that's kind of silly because all the techniques that I'm using have nothing to do with scale. The only difference is the trains and the track. The construction techniques, bench work, electrical wiring, basic scenery itself has nothing to do with scale. All right, welcome back. Last time I had trains running, temporarily wired, as you can see. Nothing fancy anyway. But today, I want to start working on this area here. Don't mind the temporary backdrop that's just sitting up there hanging loose. I want to make this area bump out so I can have a curve just to break up the straight line. Nothing crazy. Maybe, you know, a big hill here, something like that with some rocks. But this isn't that big of a layout, I know. If this was N scale, it would be a giant layout, but because it's O scale, 2-rail O scale, it's not a lot of real estate, which is really good because I'm going to be able to get something done for once. But I don't know how far I want this thing to come out. I'm guessing this is about 18. I'm guessing maybe out to 32, 36, something like that. Because if I bring that curve around here like this, like I have on my drawing, then it can swing back in here and then I can have a coal mine or something. I might even have something on this wall here. Don't mind all the old spruce buildings. But that's what I'm gonna do. And I don't know that I'm gonna show all of it, but I have the materials ready. Sorta. I know it's a mess in here. Been trying to juggle too many things. If you visit our personal YouTube channel or my personal YouTube channel, you know we are busy all the time. And another job I need to tackle is to get these switch machines up underneath the layout here to make life a little easier. Now, at one time, I probably had 30 or 40 of those, and they're very old. This is a plate that I made, and this gives me a little more surface area to glue this up underneath the foam. And in the previous layout that I took these off of, it was gator board, so it just gives me a little more surface area. I can use construction adhesive or Gorilla Glue, something like that, but I can also put screws in them. If you've been watching any videos on my channel, you know I used to make a big production out of all these videos, but now I'm trying to keep them a little simpler. So I'm taking you with me through the bare bones of everything. This is a temporary backdrop, as I've said 1,000 times, but I probably should mention that I need to do something with real backdrops or backdrops that I'm going to keep up here, or if they're going to be removable, that sort of thing. Especially if I'm going to put a hillside in here, I'm going to need to figure out a way. Maybe this one always stays the same and the rest of them I can change out to suit, but that's something I'm going to have to consider as well. Okay, I figure now is a good stopping point. This is the mess I have to clean up, but this is what I have created thus far. I am going to put a support on here. It's decent, but I think it's just going to need a support just like that. It's going to go over here and hold this just to keep it level. So the idea is, again, to come out here, just kind of make a nice sweeping curve just to break it up a little bit. So I still have a bit of track here, but I think for these industries, the industry tracks are just kind of sitting in there. But I think I'm going to hand lay that just to give it a more rugged look, and that way I can use the good track for the main line. I don't know if I showed you guys this. Back when I built the spruce coal timber layout, the original, with all the backdrops that you've probably seen, there's some over there. Let's see if we can zoom in. But those were on the spruce coal and timber layout. And this is a little carrying box that I made out of blue foam. And I used to stick the pieces in there, that way they were protected going to and from the train shows. So I'm gonna cut this stuff up and use it for terrain. See, repurpose, reuse, it's good stuff. These track sections here are from one of the other O-scale layouts that I had. And obviously I can't reuse the whole piece of flex track because the ties would get damaged. But I am gonna use this rail for the industry sidings over there. All right, so I have a brace in here and I'm putting risers in so I can continue the track out this way. I like that double foam just to give it a little support. and then we can have a hill down there. So let's keep moving. So I have these little shelf riders on there to hold this down. So what's going to happen is I'm going to glue this down, put some screws in to set it. I'll put this over top, and we'll cut our contour of where we think the track's going to be, or at least the farthest point we know it won't be. So I'm going to take this liquid nails, just kind of apply a little bit to all these surfaces. All right, so I have my first piece on here. My little track spike holder. So I'm laying this out, trying to locate the curve and see what I like best. And I've tried it in the program SCARM, but it really doesn't give you the real thing, of course. So I'm just setting this track on here, just pinning it down, just to get an idea how it looks. Because I really don't want super tight curves. Well, you got to have something. And if there's going to be a big hill there, I just want it to be kind of a view block. And of course, this is all going to have a hill going down and then going up, so it's going to look real steep like you're on the side of a mountain. That's not too bad. Initially, you can see where I drew the lines here. And I think that was around a 36-inch radius where I had it going to here. But it just seems so tight. Not from this angle, you know, obviously because you're on the inside of the curve, but when you're looking at it this way, whoa, there we go. Let's see what this thing looks like zoomed in. And of course, looking through binoculars or a zoom lens, curves look really tight, hills look really steep, but that's not too bad. Let's keep rolling, folks. Let's keep this thing rolling. What do you think? And I'm hoping in a few days, by the next time I put a video out, I'm going to have this track in place